Welcome back, budget blade fans. This old sword with you. And what we've got for you today is something a little unusual. I tried to tune this so that it made some sense for you. These are all Kizers. They're all what I would deem to be budget because they're under $70. So the range is really $60 to $70, checking the prices as of yesterday. So we're talking about July 2021. Those prices can change over time, as you know. So if you're looking at this in a year or so, then the prices may be down, or who knows, they could be up. All right, so these are what I feel have been extremely functional EDC knives, just really, really good in terms of action, usability, size, everything that you would need for an EDC knife, whether you're putting it through some harder use or whether you're just light carrying and using it for opening envelopes. So I'm going to go first with one I reviewed some months back. This was picked up on Amazon, and I think we're talking about $69 as of today. This is the Kizer Lighter 2, and it's one that I hadn't seen anywhere but Amazon, and still haven't seen it. You may have seen it elsewhere, because it features a deep carry clip, and I'd seen other ones similar, but without the deep carry clip. So let me back out just a little here. It has a fantastic action, and even if you don't like thumb studs, it's like you put a little bit of pressure on that, and the bearings are so wonderful that it just swings right out. Drop shut action. It has, I believe, yes, an N690 steel blade, black coated. Comes in at around 3.5 inches, I think. And by the way, you can always see the review that I did on this one, independent of the rest. Yeah, 3.5-inch blade. They're all more or less in that ballpark of 3.5 inches. Got a nice lanyard slot. You do have a switchable deep carry. You have flat-headed screws, which is great. They did everything right with this, and it has a very unusual, at least I think it is, long grain carbon fiber. Almost looks like wood. Beautiful brass pivots around, and I had not tuned this knife at all. It was just perfect out of the box. So nice access, by the way, to the liner. Weight relieved, super light. Forget what this is coming in at for weight. Trying not to go through all the specs of each knife today, but what the heck. Yeah, 2.84 ounces. I mean, it's insane how light this knife is, and yet locks up like a drum. So the only thing you may not like about this is that it's not a flipper, but you know, I like thumb studs because when I grab a knife out of my pocket, there's my thumb, open it right up. Don't need to come up top, not that that's that big a deal, but that is the Kizer Lighter 2, again coming in at around $69. Okay, let's move on to one that's a little more recent, and this has gotten a lot of attention from the knife community. This is the Grazioso. Beautiful natural green micarta handle. This one's brass. They do make it in a copper, and I think with a blackened blade. Great action, fantastic looking recurve drop point, clip point. They did such an excellent job with the jimping on this too. I mean, your thumb just fits right in there. This is, the ergos on this are great. Not that thick. I'd say probably ½ inch or so. Deep carry clip. The clip is not, unfortunately, reversible on this one, but they did do a good job by, believe it's inset a little bit, kind of hard to tell, but definitely flat-headed screws and slides right in and out of the pocket. Got a little bit of a interesting clip there where it angles off. Got a little lip, and just probably the classiest looking of the bunch. It's got the elements of an old style folder with the brass, with the natural materials. Well, my card is not natural, but looks kind of wood-like. Got a nice texture, nice grain to it. Got brass for the backspacer as well. Do have lots of weight relieving, so although it's brass, it isn't that heavy. Let's see what we got. End up weighing everything today. 4 ounces, under 4 ounces. So usually when you're getting a brass or copper bolstered knife, you're going to have a fairly heavy weight. Under 4 ounces for this at around 3.5 inch blade. Yep. A little less, maybe more like 3.3, 3.4 inch. Nice usable choil, so you can pinch right up like that for fine detail work. You can certainly do it this way as well with the index finger. That is the Kizer Grazioso. On bearings, smooth action, not quite as drop shutty as the Kizer Lighter 2, but yes, it's certainly smooth. A little noise from the bearings on that one. Interesting. Could use a little oil. Who knows? Moving on. Kizer Justice. Kind of an underrated blade. Handsome to many and useful to many. This was kind of designed, I think it's an Azo design. Let's see. Yep, this is an Azo design. And steel on this one is N690. By the way, steel on the Grazioso, which I didn't mention, is also N690. Just, and I think this one, somebody said, and I hadn't taken it apart, that this was on washers, and look how smooth it is. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. So we've got the option here of a flipper, as well as a thumb stud. Action is fantastic, no matter which one you use. Got a gray G10 with some detail cut in there, some grooves. It is switchable, deep carry with a blue stripe. Blue stripe is kind of in honor of law enforcement folks. Military as well, I'm sure, but the blue stripe usually would indicate in alignment with the law enforcement community. Solid steel, let's make sure. Yep, solid steel backspacer. Switchable clip, as I said. And again, this one is also an easy carry, weight-wise. Well, 4.62, so under 5, but a little heavier than the rest. Just excellent, solid lockup knife. You know, Kizer's really knocking it out of the park with this price range. Let's move on to the horn. And right away I can feel this could be the lightest of the bunch. This is really light. 295. And little shorter blade maybe. Let's see. About 3 1/4. Nice opening with flipper tab or Spidey flick it, thumb open. Wharncliffe style blade, kind of a sheep's foot Wharncliffe style blade. Smooth action on bearings, as far as I know. Wide open back on this one, no back spacer. Natural brown micarta handles, kind of a wood grain. And the great feature of this, if you check my video, is that they've got an access hole there for a small Torx screw where this tab, this flipper tab, can be removed. So you effectively delete the tab without doing any machining on it. Tuck it away in the box. And that also gives you access to a finger choil when you remove that. Nice jimping, what I call file-like jimping. Won't slip on that at all. Switchable clip, deep carry. What's the steel on this one? That is a good question. It is the horn. Oh, there it is. It's tucked right under the name Kizer, N690. So we've got N690 across the board being used for these budgety knives. Now they may or may not fall into your budget category. I know some people like under 50 or around 40. There are some great knives out there for that price range, but you're paying a little more for what I feel is fantastic quality across all of these. So for 70 bucks, you have your choice of some excellent wide variety of EDC knives. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, this overview of these 4 knives by Kizer. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. Got more good stuff coming. This Old Sword signing out.